Hello everyone, I am Hena Paygham, the Goodwill Ambassador of my Pink Stilettos. And tonight with me, I have a very special, a talented, a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous woman from India. She's a cancer fighter. Miss Reena, welcome. Thank you so much for accepting my request.
It's completely my pleasure to be here on your show, Hena and Larita. Thank you so very much for inviting me for this talk.
It's our pleasure.
And thanks to all who are watching here this particular live. Really appreciate your presence. People who are watching right now and people who will be watching the recording, thank you so much. I wish you a lot of courage and a lot of power. And whatever best I can share, I'll be very happy to do that.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to know about your journey. And first of all, tell us about who are you? Who is Reena Singh?
So Reena Singh is now a very transformed person, I would say, and she has been experiencing very different things in her life, and she is also realizing over a period of time the real willpower as a woman she has been always having, but now using it to the best of her ability. So that's my story. I'm a learner, I'm a fighter, and I'm a super person who's very happy with the present state. So that's what I am. And if you want to know professionally who I am, I'm a certified leadership coach, NLP practitioner, corporate trainer, and I work as a head capability building with a company which is training consultant and a business partner with corporates. The name is Possiblers. So that's
Amazing.
what I.
Amazing. You're such a gorgeous and a strong woman. My dear, tell us about your journey, about cancer.
Yeah, sure. So, you know, this journey was very interesting. It has come from nowhere in my place. I never thought of it having it, but yes, 2019, it was the first time it knocked my door in the month of April, and I realized that I'm having some kind of a lump under my breast tail. So I went for a diagnosis. It took a month or more. And in the month of April, I was diagnosed that I have a stage 4 triple negative metastatic, quite an aggressive kind of a cancer in my body, which is, I also have a bit of it in femur bone. So for me, that was first week there when I was sleepless in terms of, okay, because this was the first encounter, you're meeting a special guest. And so I was like, okay, what is this, and let me get hang of it. So I spoke to one person I came across in some NGO of cancer, and she gave me a lot of courage. She said, okay, there are a lot of people who are going through such a journey, and don't worry, things would be fine. So I kind of started with my treatment, and they said we do not have a present any treatment for this kind of a disease, so it's like hit and trial. So my reports were quite confusing, because one report said I have triple negative, and one at Belgium in some R&D center, they said I don't have triple negative. So my doctors were completely confused, and they wanted to know from me that what kind of treatment I would like to be on. I said, for TNBC, you don't have any treatment, right? So let's try with what you have rather than getting into that. So that's when my journey started. So I've undergone a lot of chemotherapies, my surgery, radiation, and almost 26 immune therapies during that journey of 1.5 year constant treatment. But one thing that was interesting was that, okay, so from whatever person I was continuously moving myself. From, there is a concept called what is in your influence, what you can manage and do. So I was constantly every single day operating out of it. The best part was I couldn't stop myself from working. I lost all my hair. I was completely fragile and very sensitive. A lot of side effects of that strong chemotherapy that I underwent, and the radiations. But I think I was pretty determined in terms of continuing my studies, extra courses, and continuing my piece of work. So I traveled pan India, delivered my training sessions, and I never shared it with my participants and people that I am going through something. So I was using three different kind of wigs. I would style my hair and travel and stay on to that treatment. Yeah. Hi, Shamila. Thank you so much for joining in. Good to
Hello,
see you.
Dr. Shamila.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah. So that's how my journey started. And it was pretty different because I was constantly also helping other people into this journey, whosoever was I was in, that you can do it. And I was more determined in terms of finding some natural ways to keep myself up and there. So, like when you go through such a harsh treatment, your platelets will completely go down. Your all blood stats and kidney stats would like go haywire because of the treatment, not because you are. So I could figure out what is the natural way of bringing it back, at least to the point of normal, so that I'm able to continue my treatment. So I was very thankful to the God and to my body, which could stand by taking this kind of a harsh treatment. And I am very thankful for all natural ways I could connect with to find my way out rather than depending more on medicines. I could figure it out. So that was my quick journey.
During this time, many people feel very demotivated. How you motivate yourself on that time?
So I had no clue how will I handle it, but the good part was I only look at solutions. So I said, okay, that has been my approach, and I also consider anything that is happening in your space, which is extremely drastic, is a kind of a message from universe that I need to learn some lessons. So I was on that journey of finding what lessons I need to learn. So I was super excited. Okay, so like, okay, what have I missed? Why? Okay, what is the message, and why I'm not able to decode, and what I can do. And also I understand that if I would be strong, I can create that strength around me, because if I'm going to shatter, my family is going to shatter too. So I did whatever best I could, and my source of motivation was that continuous curiosity to figure it out what lesson I have in this. So from a very perfectionist kind of a person who I was, which was like taking too much of thinking, stress, and keeping myself onto the last priority, but ensuring a lot of things to be managing. I was a multitasker, super multi. I was like a super woman who would do 20 things into a day and tick 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 tick, and super occupied, and could never look into myself. I had certain good habits, but prioritizing myself emotionally, psychologically, physically wasn't there. So that was my learning, and I could understand that though I might be doing everything right, but that's not what is acceptable to my body or my system at this moment. And I need to learn from this experience and transform certain other. So I have no idea how this disease is going to actually turn around my life even in future, because once you are into this kind of thing, it is like a constant watch about this. It's like a winning over. But I was very happy with every moment that I was experiencing. I just realized that okay, I have few lessons to be learned, and I do not want to skip any lesson, so that I am moving forward. So I realized I need to have a very me time into the entire process. So I started having that me time constantly, and instead of taking 100% responsibility of all the things around, I started taking 100% responsibility of my life. I was quite a fast paced, a big transformation was getting slow paced. And I was a person who is going to be completely independent, not seeking anybody's help. Now I kind of seek whatever possible situation I am, whatever help I can, giving permission to myself to rest. So as I was moving ahead with every single day, I found that I can encourage other people who are feeling down, and my work kept me completely motivated and excited. It's a very big challenge to take a call whether I want to enroll myself into some new courses, because I was not pretty sure of my lifespan, how many years I have to live. but then it was kind of my dream course. So I kind of invested a huge amount into completing that course for 1.5 year, along with my treatment and more, some more certifications that I just want to do my best. And whether it is like going for a track, which is a very steep track, going out for Goa with a sibling trip, or anything with starting from mindfulness to improving my network and making it really authentic, rather than having more people who are little, different. I preferred more limited people who are more authentic. So I have transformed all that was invited from the universe into a certain way. So every new day was keeping myself motivated. There were days when I will feel physically different, mentally completely different. There were situations like that. Are you there?
Yes,
I,
I'm there.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So,
Mhm.
during all those situations, I was completely accepting my state of mind, and I was completely okay with that, because you can encounter weakness, you can encounter irritation, you will be very upset, angry, anything can happen. I was completely in acceptance to every single emotion and state that I was feeling. I never
Mm.
criticized myself. I never looked down onto myself and was not feeling guilty about it. I said, let me see whatever best a little bit I can do, and I keep myself up, because I'm by nature itself, I am a person who wants to make it happen. That's it. Simple. And I have seen my friends who I met during this kind of a journey, starting from the first diagnosis to the treatment. They couldn't make through. It was quite unfortunate, but they couldn't survive for a year. And they were
Mhm.
stage 3, they were stage 1, they were stage 2 people, and I am still on with stage 4. So that means something, you really need to be very determined mentally, and you really need to make certain changes in your psychological level to handle this kind of a new experience that you get in your life.
Exactly, exactly. How strong you are. You're one of the most strong fighters I ever know. If I ask you about your experience, about a particular thing that you learned during this journey.
Yeah, so I just shared that. See, I was completely into outer circle, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
largely managing task, managing my
Mm-hmm.
work, managing family, and prioritizing other relationships and events and everything. More outwardly driven in terms of, like, okay, how I need to create a space, I need to stand out, I need to be perfect, I need to do this and that. So, but this journey has completely taught me everything into inner circle.
Mm-hmm.
So even in the biggest ever setup, I'm absolutely calm and comfortable. Nothing now intimidates me. Nothing makes me nervous. Nothing makes me guilty. I'm just comfortable with myself. Whatever I am and whatever I'm wearing, whatever I'm not wearing, I am just I am, and I'm very comfortable with that.
You were beautiful and still you're a very beautiful and gorgeous woman.
Thank
What's
you.
your message for other women, especially the women who are in their 30s and they are like taking all this very lightly? What's your message for them?
See, my message for people either who are into this journey or who are not into this journey is very simple, very simple. That, see, you can rewrite your past. You can just simply grab a new clean sheet and write your future. What do you want? So,
Mm-hmm.
if you are experiencing any kind of suffering, it's a clear message. Get hold of that. Your body gives you signal. Your mind will give you signal. Do not discard these signals. Your subconscious is giving you very clear signals. So if you are connected with your body and soul, you will take care of these signals, irrespective of whether you are in that kind of disease or not. It took me a while. Strong people gets the strongest hit sometimes because small things will not make you bring you that big change. So maybe this was a way out for me by God, that Reena, a big small things you will just simply discard because you're such a strong person. So let me give you a little big challenge to handle. So that's how it has come into my life. And I understand that one clear message for everyone is stay connected and stay extremely superly comfortable with what you are. You are a unique person. Accept that uniqueness into you, whosoever you are, and stay very comfortable with it.
Yes.
So Hina herself is so beautiful, gorgeous. If you meet, you can like, oh my god. But then completely, she is unique. She has her cause. She has her purpose in life, and she's serving that extremely well. And so are you, each one of us, right? So that's how the life is. But sometimes, if we are just completely moving into outer circle, we miss this point. So that's one
Exactly.
thing. uh, be comfortable with yourself, whosoever you are, and stay happy. And just this one single life, enjoy this to the core, and prioritize yourself. Sometimes that's it. It doesn't mean that you are disrespecting anyone else. It is simply that you're my apology. It's simply that you're focusing and prioritizing yourself.
Thank you so much, Caroline, ma'am. Yeah. I just forgot to ask you how you got to know that you're affected.
Oh, that's something very interesting. Some people get symptoms even if there is a minor challenge in their body. Like, even if 10% of disease has got, they will get some kind of a pain or a signal. In my case, I was almost 100% affected and there was no sign.
Oh,
So that was something very surprising. One winter, I was sitting with my whole hands closed, and one hand was just under the arm, and suddenly I felt that lump. That was the first time I realized. Normally I would do my breast checkup and other things, but I never felt. But because this was on the tailbone, like almost tail of the breast under the arm, so that is the area sometimes I may not check normal during normal breast checking is inspection. So when I felt it, I immediately got into a lot of checking and that. But normally it is not easy in stage one to not easy steps, because there are multiple tests to diagnose it and reach to that level. So I was going one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, and I was also onto different kind of a treatment, thinking there is some inflammation or some kind of infection, but it didn't help. So after a month, it became red, completely red, my breast. Then I realized there is something serious, and I need to really make it a little faster in terms of that.
mm-hmm. Still, there are many people, many girls that they think if they go and they check their breast, it's like it's not a good thing or it's a shame. What's your message for them?
I think the shame is not to accept what you are and not to accept your body. That's it. I would say rest other things are absolutely comfortable. When you are ready to accept your headache and your flu and your fever, I don't see a reason not to accept something like breast, diagnosing your breast, or uh, thinking of some that you're feeling going through some kind of a depression, not so good time, and consulting a therapist or going for regular checkups with the doctors. So I feel this to be very normal thing, and it would be really shameful if we do not accept ourselves the way we are.
Exactly. Thank you so much, my dear Rina, for accepting my request. It was a really inspiring season with you. Once again, thank you so much.
My pleasure, and thank you everyone for inviting me here to share this experience. I just wish that whosoever listens to this gets one message for their life, and they can transform their life into more of happiness. And wish you all a very happy festive time ahead. All the best for your life, and stay
Thank you
happy,
so
stay
much.
blessed.
And happy Diwali for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll take your
Thank
leave. Bye bye.